And good evening, good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to VTTV. This is Drips and Tips. It is Monday the 27th of April 2015. And now, normally at this point we'd have some kind of funny intro where either I'd take the piss out of Andy or he'd do the same to me. But so, Andy, how are you, mate? How are you?
I brought me chopper.
Right, we'll leave that one there. Because pre-show, I had the whole sketch planned for tonight, right? It was going to be hilarious. And then pre-show, one of our co-presenters joined. And Danny, what the hell has happened to your beard, man?
Hey, what's wrong with my beard? There's nothing wrong with it.
It's pink.
Yeah?
That's all right. It's allowed to be pink. He can have a DNA 20.
Yeah, he's got a beard, man. Unlike you.
Yeah, that's not fair. That's like the gospel according to Matt Gerrish, isn't it? You know, that's not fair.
No, it's not the gospel according to Matt Gerrish. It is the gospel according to DNA R40s. You have to have a beard.
Just stop taking the mick out of Danny, alright?
No, you're taking the mick out of Danny, I'm taking the mick out of you. That's the way it works.
Right, this is not fair. I think we should go to the titles.
Oh, worse.
Okay.
Should I get the magic sponge? That's a keeper. Again. Oh man. No cheek. And that's a wrap.
So yeah, here we are. It's Drips and Tips, but tonight it's Drips and Tips with a difference. There's an echo.
Sci-fi from the 60s, guys.
Hey. Tonight it's Drips and Tips does Team Talk. Yay! Yay! So we have with us this evening, we have him, David Dawn, who can't shut up.
Who? What? Where?
Him.
Shut up.
Yeah,
Go
that guy.
away. Man up.
Man up! I'd rather stay a boy.
All right.
I'd rather stay a boy. Okay.
An 18-year-old. I'd like to go back to being 18 because that was quite cool. Anyway.
It'd be illegal.
We also have with us tonight, we've got the lovely Sav. How are you, Sav?
I'm alright, thank you very much. How's you?
Very well, thank you. Well,
The hair is superb, Sav.
Why, thank you
See?
kindly.
You kind of got it wrong, David. You got it wrong. The only way to introduce Sav is the effervescent loveliness and bountiful beautyliciousness. That is the one and only Sav. How you doing, kiddo?
I'm fine, how are you, Dave?
I'm not so bad, not so bad.
Yeah, but I didn't want to take
done,
that away
David.
from you, Dave. That's your saying, okay?
You've
I'm
got
not telling you what I
stuff
call
on.
her.
As you've just seen, we've also got Daz here. How are you, Daz?
Hello, I'm very well, thank you. Now that I'm recovering from the episode in the garden, but we'll not go into that.
Neither should you. I've heard it on Police 5 tonight.
Yes, I've had one of them today.
All I heard about it was cabbages.
It's a good job we didn't hear what we were talking about earlier, but
Yeah, the cow business. Let's not go there.
Cow?
Yes, cow. He was
Oh,
trying to take the rump from the cow. We won't go there.
you know, you can go to a butcher, Daz, yeah?
And we also have, with us joining us all the way from Switzerland, we have Dave Kitson. How are you, Dave?
He's disappeared.
He's disappeared right now.
That timing. Beautiful.
That was as
Right.
if he'd set you up for that.
These pictures there.
Yeah, he's done that on purpose, hasn't he?
He sat there. What we can't see or hear is him giggling his little tucker self, going,
Yeah.
"Got you."
He's muted himself and he's turned his video off. That's exactly what he's done.
But then
So
he is broadcasting from quite far away.
Yeah.
So we've got 3 Daves tonight.
Mm-hmm.
That's not going to get confusing at all.
No, it's
No,
easy.
no,
It's easy.
no.
It's well easy. You got Dave, and DK.
Okay.
Had to
No,
dig.
DK.
No,
We had
DK.
Yeah, I was going to DK.
He's
Steady on now.
We look in there.
Right, so tonight we've got.
Just go by our nicknames, Danny. Beardy, Smooth Face, and the Old Man of the Sea.
Okay.
He's back. He's coming back. He's coming back. Mr. Kidson's there.
Is that a bed?
It's a plug socket.
Yeah.
Is it? Oh, it's
Okay, I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
you heard it here first, ladies and
pointing the camera
gentlemen.
at your face, Dave. Pointing the camera at your face.
Why has it turned my camera around? Ah, this is it, isn't it?
Yes.
There we go.
Mr. Gibson.
Thank you. I'm doing this on an iPhone for the first time ever. So,
I've done it
and
several
apparently
times
that
on an
button
iPhone.
in the top right-hand corner of the Hangouts app, it turns the camera around. And if you press like the mute button on here, it actually just sort of starts playing music. So I'm touching nothing from here on in.
I'm betting there's a copper coil involved there somewhere, Dave.
Talking of which, there was a
Yeah.
seamless link.
Seamlessly. Our first little.
Pointless.
Well, yeah, it is kind of pointless, but it is a bit of a giggle. Now, over the weekend, I discovered a fellow by the name of Gavin Haynes. Here he is here. We're daft vapors in the competitive world of e-cigarette smoking. This is all about cloud comps. And for the most part, he gets it. I love that introductory thing there, phrase that we use. Brain fart. Cloud chasing. It suggests Wordsworth and Scandinavian lovers scrabbling up hilltops, with spectacle nimbus spotters in red socks and hiking boots, consulting logbooks. Not a bunch of scraggly 20-somethings with flesh tunnels and beards in an e-cigarette shop, whooping at a bro who's just blown a plume of smoke longer than his leg.
This guy really thinks he can write well, doesn't he?
Well, to be fair, he's been a journalist for about 12 years, so...
Yeah, but...
And he's a fellow South African. So,
Arsehole.
Yeah.
Who said that? Who said that? Oh, she'll have you. Are you going to vape jam? Who said that? Anyways, goes on. Easy to master the basics. Contestant stand back to back. You know the score of a comp. 2 blokes back to back. Place gets foggy. Upwards of 4 foot long, apparently, which has happened. But it gets really interesting as we come towards the end. Now, Sav, you spotted this particular one, and I just wanted to say it again.
Huh. No pressure. Hang on. It's the bit where it says it's easy to master the basics. Contestants stand back to back, double over to expel every drop of air from their lungs, then suck on a modified vapor. I beg to differ.
You have seen Andy Abrook, haven't you?
Not there.
If anyone modified it,
I mean, we've got to be honest. Andy Abrook is a heavily modified vapor.
Yes,
So,
it's true,
Andy,
ladies and
what are
gentlemen.
you doing at these cloud competitions, mate?
Well,
he's talking on the back.
over the weekend, I've apparently got me willy out and started flapping it about.
I just didn't know that was part of the rules, that you have to suck on a modified
Well, you see,
vapor.
you've got to be 20-something, so it automatically discounts me because I'm 30-something. You've got to have tunnels
I
and
don't
ways.
believe it's 4 foot long either.
Well, no, it isn't. That was a lie.
My friend Billy had a 10-foot willy.
What? But yes,
Yeah, I've heard that one.
10 foot.
Yes.
Willy.
Yeah, we won't go there.
No.
Don't go there.
Anyway, so guys like me in their 20s are only allowed to do this sort of thing because it's so hip and cool, and what with the swinging 60s and shit.
I just found that all a bit. Shall we see?
Yes, so modified vapors, you got the suck on them. Then it goes on even further. He goes, the skill comes in being able to angle your mouth to keep the plume flying in one solid cloud, and in the engineering dexterity to soup up your vaping device. Most common. We had to go there, didn't they? Is the wrapping of cotton, now ladies and gentlemen, you're going to love this one, around copper wires in the barrel of the unit. So close. So close. But so far off the mark.
I'm looking. It's not copper.
Yeah, I'm going to have a little look in mine.
It's definitely not copper.
I'm
You
not
can
looking
see
at
just
mine
by
or
looking
it'll-
at it. It's not
I'm
copper.
not looking at mine or it'll leak.
Juice malfunctions live on air courtesy of Daz.
So
I
we've
can't
basically
believe- I can't
got
believe-
here, we've got an
I can't
article.
believe nobody's done a knob joke yet.
Sorry?
Go on then, Dave.
I'm just saying, I can't believe nobody's done a knob joke yet.
Time yet.
Oh, yeah.
Dave, get your willy out.
Yeah.
Nobody sucks on David.
Button.
What?
Get your willy out and suck on your modified vapor.
Only keep
I've got my willy out now.
That is not joke. You see, now all we
Better
need now
than
is a
any
pair of
bloody
30mm tunnels, couple of tattoos, septum piercing, and we could be like brothers.
You didn't do it right, Dave. You didn't
Did I not?
angle your mouth.
And you didn't bend over double.
No.
Oh, hang on.
That's it.
There you go. See? You're
See?
nearly
Just
there.
like what it said in the paper.
That is how it's done.
In it, you know? In it. Wasn't it? On it. Mush. Taffy.
But what we've basically got here, we've got an article in The Guardian, right? Respected newspaper. From a guy who's a journalist.
Respected by who?
A few people.
Certainly not by English teachers, is it?
No.
No, it's not known as the Granny ad for nothing.
But it's been written by a guy. He's been writing articles for 12 years, right?
Yeah.
And thinks he's pretty good. And he's not done his research.
Well, he has a bit though. Clearly, he's done it. He's walked into an e-cig shop where all the little lads are in there going, "Yeah, bro, come on, chug it," and then dwarf tossed, as mentioned previously in the article.
Was Davey there, was he?
Apparently so.
Dwarves
No,
have
let's go
beards.
down the well at the
Freezing me out.
Dwarves
So
have
funny.
beards.
Brilliant.
That's the valid point.
See-
Dwarves do have beards.
They
DK.
do.
So he's a gnome.
Yes, that's it. Or an elf.
No.
Oh, he's an elf. Or a
Hobbit.
pixie.
Hobbit.
He's a
He's a
pixie.
hobbit.
Oh,
Pixie.
Don't mention the E word in here, son.
Sort of
I'm gonna
pixie,
walk out in a
dwarf,
minute.
elf, hobbit.
Well, come, you're in your garage.
Gnomes sit
behind
by
it.
wells as well, don't they?
Yeah, they do.
Gnomes sit by wells as well. You know, I'm sure that's circumstantial.
Have we signed Davey up to Gnome Rescue yet?
Yes.
We have. Excellent. Haven't had the weekly guild meeting. This is an actual
Now,
thing.
if I
though,
could
Billy.
say the word that I would want to call you all now, I would say it, but I can't.
Enlightened?
Do it in Elvish. Do it in Elvish. Nobody will know. Just sound
You pale ass pointy bugger. Oh, bloody hell. So yes, ladies and gentlemen, this is, according to The Guardian, the world of competitive e-cigarette smoking. Is it smoking, he says? Yes, smoking.
Yes. And it makes reference as well to, what's it called? Sub-ohm vaping.
Yes, sub-ohm
Whoops.
vaping.
Wrong one. There we are. There is a danger. Did you say sub-ohm vaping? Yes, he's sub-ohm. So Davey's been there. He's been getting tossed and then sub-ohm. I like it.
And he's only 4 foot long.
There's places
But
over
there is
here that
danger in radically decreasing the amount of resistance in your vaporizer, so-called sub-ohm vaping. Unless properly checked, the battery can overheat. Not something you want a few inches from your mouth as you go in for a winning puff. There.
Dirty bastards.
So it's all about tossing puffs.
Tossing puffs for a 4 foot long one.
I may be paraphrasing a little.
Oh.
Trust me, it's better. No, I'm not going to finish that sentence.
Yeah, I think you might be going a little bit off topic here.
No, it's bang on.
Oh,
It's Davey in the sub-ohm thing.
How long in
nobody
the
told me there was a topic.
How long in the States have they been tossing dwarves for? That's what I'm.
Apparently quite some time. It's,
Why ask Davey?
well, it's mentioned in Tolkien, so it's been around for a while.
I do actually have an underground website that, I'm not going to give you.
Hang on,
Well, I've
I'll have a look. There's
already
probably one on
registered
me.
you for one, Davey, so that's not a problem if you want registering for any more.
Well, it's a
mean,
known
you've got it-
fact. It's a known fact that dwarf porn.
known
Dwarf porn
fact.
uses a lot less bandwidth than regular porn, doesn't it?
Well, that's definitely what Davey downloads.
Holy crap, I found the wiki. Apparently it's most popular in Canada until the Dwarf Tossing Ban Act of 2003. Windsor West MPP Sandra Pupatello and her private member did not proceed beyond its introduction to second or third readings nor did receive royal assent, therefore died on the close on the 37th legislature. Apparently you can be fined up to $5,000 and imprisoned for 6 months. We're not allowed to throw Davey about in Canada.
I better not go back there then. Shit.
French, the small French town of Morsagne-sur-Ergue prohibit dwarf tossing. United States, here we go, United States. Right, Robert and Angela Van
No,
Etten.
have a courtship there.
Apparently it's banned in Florida and New York as well.
But it's pointless going on holiday there then, Davey. You'd have to stick to underwater basket weaving.
Yeah,
Apparently-
best off staying at home.
Oh god, this guy clearly hasn't done his research properly because I've just found all this out on Wikipedia right now, and it's been banned in America since 1989. And you can have your
but
rocket
there is
license revoked.
Apparently, there's an underground cult of dwarf tossing.
I'm fairly certain I've seen some
It's a bit of a
videos
cult
about that.
scheme, that, isn't it?
Yes, I would have thought it would have been on the black market.
Oh, that would be racist.
Yeah, Simone, let's just ask a very valid question in chat. What if you're just giving a short person a leg up over a wall?
A leg up. Let's just go for a leg up.
Leg up?
How would you get a leg up? They're only little.
Well, you just lift your leg a bit.
Well, you'd have to get them to stand on your head, surely.
Yeah, exactly. Just hold me upside down.
I was on a popular app on the iPhone the other day called Whisper, and somebody typed into it, apparently short people don't being called people McNuggets. I can fully understand.
But it's not.
Yes. Yes. And no. On so many levels.
Anywho.
Oh, Davey, I've got your new nickname. McNugget. Hey, McNugget, how's it going?
And you are not getting a roof over your head when you come over next week.
That's all right, I'll sleep. I'll be outside your window for in the morning, Davey.
Hang on, Dave Kitson, you're
Yes,
in
mate.
Switzerland.
I
They
am.
must be having cloud chasing competitions in Zurich, are they?
I have absolutely no clue, to be honest, mate. I'm not.
I was just thinking of.
So,
well, it's just I thought, well, Davy. We know Davy's got relatives there. The gnomes of Zurich.
Go.
Oh, I'm so glad I didn't phone in sick tonight. Oh, the joys of being on this team.
Oh, it's great fun.
I'm loving it because it takes the emphasis
The
off
thing
me.
about it is, yes, I mean, you've got to take it like this, Davy. We only ever take the piss out of people we really like, but in your case, we'll make an exception.
And on that note, you old fart, I think we're going to take the adverts.
I'm too busy laughing.
He's crying like me. Oh.
Often imitated, never duplicated. Award-winning service and products from cloud9vaping.co.uk.
Vapors, Dripper just got 40% bigger. So if you love discovering new e-liquids, tell Dripper what flavours you like and we'll send you 70ml of juice and at least 5 flavours. With a money-back guarantee and free delivery anywhere in Europe, dripper.co.uk.
Joytech UK are proud sponsors of VapeTrails.tv.
Now we've had that little solitude of quiet and stillness, we can get back to ripping the Mickey out of Davey.
Well, actually, no, because Rob has actually just put into chat here a question for Danny. Has he been eating a lot of bubble gum?
If I knew what bubble gum was, I would answer.
Yes, what is bubblegum?
Bubblegum!
Bubblegum, right now, if you're not quite sure what bubblegum is, right, it's a flavour that's designed to appeal only strictly, purely and solely to children, the kind of small people we don't want to be getting nicotine, and apparently it appeals also to penguins for some reason. I've been finding out from a study that's just been done on the back of a fag pocket out the back of the bike sheds.
Bubblegum. And moon cheese. Moon cheese, that's another flavour that's designed to attract midges. Because it's Martin McKee. Danny.
Right. Did you say midges or midgets?
Midges.
Oh, sod off.
Davey, you brought that one on yourself. Nobody else said a word, son.
You didn't need to.
Set him up one up and down.
That'll be what'll be happening right now. I've been up in the Midlands and I saw a very small person with a very big electronic cigarette.
Turned out it was an ego and it was David. It was the strangest little blue girl I've ever seen in my life. I don't know what accent that was. What?
Yeah, what the hell
It was half Irish, half Dorset, I think.
Right. Well, I used to live in Cheltenham, Shall we move on to Forbes?
Yes, let's move on.
Let's move on, Forbes. Forbes is now, yeah.
Forbes. Now, we were given this over the weekend, and it's quite it was a bit serious, and kind of like it, because this guy, Jacob Sullum, apparently started off quite anti-e-cig with his reporting on the e-cig industry and politics and all that sort of stuff. But then he comes out with this. Why is the CDC lying about e-cigarettes? And it's quite a good... Oh, God. I don't want to fly Africa because it's a continent. Plane would be nice. And let's start it off. For years, anti-smoking activists and public health officials justify their irrational hatred of e-cigarettes by arguing that vaping leads to smoking, especially amongst impressionable young people, who would otherwise never touch tobacco. Never teenage rebellion. To the contrary, vaping and smoking rates in teenagers are moving the opposite directions, which we've covered in the past week. Forever, basically. Rather than admit they were wrong to claim that e-cigarettes are a gateway to the conventional kind, opponents of vaping have escalated the provocations by implying in defiance of all scientific evidence that there is no important difference between the two kinds of nicotine delivery devices. Now, let's ask a question. What's made this guy go out, look at the science, and report on it in Forbes for a start, which we're more used to seeing things like, the stock exchange has fallen this week in Denmark and the gnome's zero. And call them out on their line. Gentlemen and lady. That's your cue there, guys.
What?
We've only just had this link, so we're still reading it.
Yeah.
Well, the question is, what was somebody who has, in the beginning of his, we're going back a year or so, or a couple of years ago, who has come out as fairly anti-e-cig, all of a sudden decide to expose what is essentially the truth that we all know, it's old news to us, we know it's old news, that vaping opponents are lying. And
well, he's suddenly coming out with it. The obvious reason is because the truth is coming out now. People are starting to realise the truth, and, that's it.
Yeah.
And journalists are finally getting their heads around what we're doing is better than smoking.
Maybe the overwhelming evidence that we've been showing people for all this time is finally starting to sink in.
Yes, maybe these people are actually growing consciousness.
Consciousness.
You got them next to the cabbages.
Yes. Behind the carrots.
Awesome.
Did anybody else just think of Daz with a garden full of conch shells?
I only do that on a Sunday, Davey.
You should hear the gossip around where he lives. I'm telling you, it's terrible. Absolutely terrible. It's not just the conch shells.
I should see him with a
There's
big
somebody
carrot.
there with a speech defect. Apparently they can't call it conch. They can't say an N. I don't know. I think that was what they were on about anyway. Said he had his conch out in the garden. Something like that. I don't know.
I said that the day in the shop as well.
I know. Yes, the world should know that Daz has been going for new decor in his shop. He's using the moon as his inspiration.
Yes, apparently.
Yes, indeed so. Oh
I
dear.
never said that. You see, you would have expected me to have said that, and I kept that all to myself.
Yeah, but I'm quite surprised that you've managed to last this long, actually.
No, without telling everyone that your pants fell down in the middle of your shop.
I mean, it used to be that the bet was made that if something unexpected was to happen, that somebody would bear their ass in Blackett's windows, but I didn't realise that Blackett's had moved down to your shop.
What can I say? I'm desperate for customers, that's all.
That's not going to work, Dallas.
Can you imagine some little old deer walking past going, "Oh, the moon's there." I thought it was only
I
up
didn't
past 10 in the
realise you
morning.
could buy melons round here.
Would you look at the grid? It's on that.
He's had a tattoo. He had it.
Wasn't on the same
Go
day
on,
as the
Dave.
eclipse, was it?
Probably.
No.
But apparently somebody had noticed Daz's latest tattoo. He's had a W put on each buttock, and as they passed, they went, "Wow."
Oh, I used to use that joke so much. What's your next tattoo going to be, Andy? 2 W's on each arse, W on each arse cheek. Why? So when I bend over, it can say, "Wow."
Oh dear.
Then I discover the joys of chili, and now it just goes, "What?"
That's
You are
all.
serious
The
for a
only
little
thing I've
bit
got to say from now, elasticated waist. That's all. Literally.
Wise
Yes.
Wow.
Wow. Cotton traders. All the way. Yes.
Talking of moons and arses, I had an incident today. This is going to go south from the absolute very start of this one. In a
Go
public
south.
toilet.
It's
Yeah,
already south, isn't it?
right, even further south. Right, you know
Yeah,
you're all
look
well
on
equipped.
the bright side, Andy. Look on the bright side, right? If you stood at the South Pole, which is about as far south as you can go, yeah, any direction you take your first step is north. True?
True that. No, we're
There you
going
go.
off planet now.
The question is, have we got to the bottom yet?
No, we're about to reach. Well,
I think Daz has done that, hasn't he?
and now we're going to float around a bit. You know you're a well
We've got the Daz's bottom.
Yes.
You need the toilet, and you go into the laboratory, and there's no toilet paper, and you go, "Ha! I've got cotton," and actually leave it there.
No.
Japanese, was it? Did it?
Yes,
Did it
actually
work
it was.
well?
It did
Did
very
it work
well. Yes. Yeah, so I came proudly out of the toilet into the park where Minnie Shirley and Mrs. Shirley were playing gaily on the swings, and I went, "Ha! I like my ass on cotton!" Really, really loud.
Yeah. That went a
Debbie.
bit further south.
Debbie,
Told you.
Debbie, you know you invited everybody to come and do the show.
Yeah, we're available
Yeah.
next week. We're
No, you're
available
not.
next week too.
I'm afraid my internet's going down next week. I won't be able
So yeah, cotton supplies, not just for Wicked.
You brought that back really well, Sav.
I thought so, yeah.
I'm just wondering which one of you lot have all done the same, that's the thing.
I can safely say I haven't.
No, I've always had a
No.
bus ticket in my pocket.
I use pre-made coils. I don't have any cotton.
So it is just me now, I thought it was.
Are
Moving
they
on.
copper? Are they copper?
No, they're not copper.
Not copper.
They're not copper. I do not have
I'm
any.
hunting around for some copper now.
I think the only copper I've got is in the helicopters behind me, and I ain't stripping them out, they're too damn expensive.
Did you know that cigarette use declined among high school students and remained unchanged for middle school students? Among high school students, 9.2% reported past month cigarette use in 2014, down from 12.7% in 2013. Among middle school students, 2.5% reported past month cigarette use, down from 2.9% in 2013, and the latter drop was not statistically significant, which is why the CDC says the rate remained unchanged. And of course, Martin McKee just sits there saying, "I bet they were using bubblegum juice. It's attractive to children." Unlike me, who's attractive to absolutely no one, aside from a blind elephant I once met at Whitsunday.
Oh no, I've got an image now, Dave, thank you.
I just want to know where Martin McKee gets his tank tops from.
What do you want?
Traders.
Mm-hmm. Cotton
It's
trader.
tank tops.
Yeah,
They've got elasticated waists. Apparently, Cotton Traders goes up to 8XL, you know.
Really?
They're still tight on them, though.
Well, in fact, he still hasn't blocked me on Twitter.
He's a cracking advert for public health, isn't he?
Brilliant, yeah. I dare bet he subscribes to Malhotra's advice on diet and obesity. Too soon?
Maybe. Maybe. But he's too busy talking about bubblegum. You know what it is, don't you? That's his downfall. Is he's just swallowing.
Oh, I thought you were going to... I mean, I would never suggest this on air or anything like that, but it is possible that somebody, having seen some of the stuff that guy's come out with, may conclude he was a bit of a twat.
You think?
Yeah, but not me.
No.
But not me.
How would they be spelling that, Dave?
That'd be TWAT. That would be.
Right. Okay. Just for clarity, that's all. I just wanted to clarify. Twat.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's hypothetical, of course. Nobody on Vapor Trails TV would suggest such a thing, but somebody might. In the same way that children might be, sort of eventually addicted on cigarettes, somebody might conclude that somebody that said that could be a bit of a twat, potentially.
Yes.
Possibly, yeah.
And if it was an honestly held opinion, that of course wouldn't be libelous.
Yes. So they might say, I think he's a twat.
Based on past performance.
Indeed.
However, I'm not going to stick around for any more experience, so toodle pip.
Well, yes.
Did you imagine being locked in a room with that man?
I have been.
Yes.
Oh, God.
Yes, I have been.
Oh, my sympathies.
Yes. No, it was fine. He started off his little bit of spiel by standing up. Everybody else, when they were talking, because we were in the audience rather than on the panel, everybody else sat down and said, my name's Katie Hopkins and whatever.
Arrested.
And so on and so forth. Yeah. And he said, my name's Professor Martin McKay.
Was he a professor of completing a cod?
No, actually, look. To be fair, and I've got to say this: in anything other than e-cigs for the last God knows how long, he's been really good. He actually does know what he's talking about when it's anything other than e-cigs. He was actually one of the prime movers in harm reduction back in the 60s and 70s, alongside Jerry Stimson. It's just on e-cigs that he's completely lost the bloody plot. And I mean totally lost the plot.
Out of interest.
It makes it more confusing though, because if he was so up on harm reduction and involved in that, why you can't see parallels now?
I think it's possibly because when you start talking about intravenous drug use and stuff like that level of drug use where he sees that there is benefit in harm reduction with the likes of needle exchanges and foil giveaways, so you chase rather than inject and so on and so forth, he never sees it. That's not in his face. Whereas he's got an ideological objection to seeing plumes of whatever coming out of people's mouths. And it purely and simply is, I don't like it, so you can't do it.
It's funny that, because I've got an objection to what comes out of his mouth as well.
I don't like it, so he shouldn't do it.
Yeah, that makes two of us. But no, I mean, the bottom line is, his main claim to fame in this seminar that we were in was, I'm Professor Martin McKay and vapors hate me, was what he said.
Really?
And when I pointed out that vapors didn't hate him, but hated what he said, he got a bit flustered and blustered, and he blanked me, completely and utterly blanked me at every point after that.
Yeah, they don't take criticism too well, some of these academics, do they?
Well,
as we've seen on Twitter. This
was the event at which, during a panel session, he turned round and likened e-cigs to thalidomide and got booed off the stage.
Thalidomide?
Yeah, Yes,
Do you
I
think when he
recall-
stood there and said, you know, my name's Professor Martin McKee, vapers hate me, do you think that he said that with the intention that that's what he actually wanted?
Oh, without a doubt.
Plus the intention of making people feel sorry for him.
I mean, he plays the victim extraordinarily well, but
it's a shame nobody was
there
there with like an MP3 of some clown music or something. So, like, just as you said, I'm Professor Martin McKee, you go. That would have been good.
I should have come in at that point juggling.
on a unicycle.
I tried a unicycle once.
He was a strange bloke. I mean, there'd been a room set aside for vapors to go so that people that wanted to talk to vapors and see e-cigs in action of the kind of stuff that, you know, we were using. He really wasn't very keen on that at all and tried to get it closed down. He's very, very ideologically opposed to e-cigs. I mean, I don't know why. I've got no understanding why.
Do you think it's got anything to do with the fact that these kind of people see it as smoking and see it as a gateway into smoking in that argument? Because of the vapor looking like smoke, or is it just because they're being stupid?
They just don't like the look of it. They are as bigoted as racists are when it comes to races that they don't like. It's
a form of bigotry. You're absolutely right. It's ideologically I don't agree with it, therefore I shouldn't have to look at it. What's the difference?
Irrational hatred of something.
Yeah.
With a clear misunderstanding of the end product.
Yeah,
well, absolutely right.
But also more than that, I'd say, Andy. It's, you know, because there's lots of things happening in the world that I don't agree with. But to actually, as Dave said, you know, be bigoted about it, and to try to deny anybody else the right to like it, that's the same as racism or homophobia or anything else, isn't it?
It's absolutely no different, mate. No different at all.
That's extremely true. It's exactly it. And to be honest, I don't quite know how people like that can hold on to their positions. I think their positions are untenable, because if they're going to be that bigoted and ideological about something which is obviously helpful, what are they going to be about something they're not sure about? And how can you trust anything they come up with after that?
How can you represent the public if you detest part of the public?
And clearly state it in a place of such, I'll use the term nomenclature. You know, hello, I'm Martin McKee, and vapors hate me.
It seems a very strange introduction to what might have been a sensible piece of diatribe, but in actual fact wasn't. But anyway, you know.
On that bombshell, shall we take some more adverts? We're running over a little bit now.
We are, but yes, I think we should.
And then go for a free-for-all.
Yeah, as opposed to the structured approach so far.
Because it's all gone so smoothly, hasn't it?
we can come back to a show and all be professional vapor. Professional vapor.
Healthy Vape, UK purveyor of e-cigarettes and e-liquids. Proud sponsors of vaping entertainment on Vapor Trails TV.
RY4 Radio.
And we're back. And there's been an interesting comment coming in chat that I want to bring up here. From Paul Robinson 804. When our devices came out, the worst thing and most damaging thing was to call them electronic cigarettes. Guys, what do you think?
Rubbish.
Yeah, I totally disagree.
It doesn't matter.
I have no issue with them being called electronic cigarettes whatsoever. In fact, I insist on doing it. I hate the term personal vaporizer.
I'll agree with you there, mate.
I always refer to it as my e-cig, and that won't change.
The thing being is, even if it didn't call them electronic cigarettes, people would still look at them in the way they are looking at them now.
Well, what you need to think is, who are they aimed at?
Exactly.
Make a bloody noise off that thing!
Yeah.
What?
You and your Willy!
Noisy, really?
Talking of
as I was saying, you've got to think, who were these things aimed at? Smokers. If you called them something else, then they're aimed at a much wider market.
Yeah.
Can be accused of everything that we're currently being accused of, but you call them e-cigs or electronic cigarettes, they're aimed at cigarette users.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And just at a more basic level than that stuff, you know, why should I call it something different? Because somebody else has got a problem getting their head around it. They just need educating.
Out of interest, because they're being called electronic cigarettes, if they were called, like going back to the original days when they were selling them and you've seen the ads, if they were called personal vaporizer, do you think that you would honestly have paid as much attention to it as seeing them called electronic cigarettes?
Not.
I wouldn't have done. The only reason I started vaping, the only reason I started vaping is because my wife saw an advert in one of the magazines, and it was called an electronic cigarette, and she said, "Give that a go."
Mm-hmm.
Vaporizer is something like the bloody kids who had asthma at school had.
Yeah, if it had said personal vaporizer on an advert, she would just skip straight over it and not paid any attention.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have said anything about it, and that would have been it.
Yeah, it was the name that caught my attention.
Yeah.
First time I saw a personal vaporizer was in 1974.
Yeah.
And that took, that took ground up weed. To me, right from the very start, a vapor was somebody that used marijuana, as Dave says, which is legal to grow in Switzerland. Jammy bugger.
It is. You walk down here in the summer evenings, just walk along the riverbank, and all the kids are out with their bongs and the waff. You don't need to use the stuff yourself. You just got to walk down the riverbank. Honestly, it's it's really quite weird. Yet I believe that like nicotine-containing liquid, they can't sell. Is that right?
That's right.
Sure.
Yes.
But like so long as you're not selling weed, it's perfectly legal here. You can grow your own, and everybody does, it seems.
Yes.
That's
Yes,
bizarre.
well, must be due to another harm reduction conference in Basel. I've run out.
I propose an experiment, ladies and gentlemen.
You what?
Yeah, I'm going to have a go live at this technique described in the first segment of our show. Just used up my personal vapor.
You mean your electronic cigarette?
Yeah. And I'm going to go and bend over double here and put it in flash. So, see if it makes any difference to what I do already.
Oh, blue box this, because if his ass comes out, Sav will love it.
Already done it.
Has he got his elastic pants on?
Now I've got my Superman boxes on me. Right, here we go. Ready? Ow! I'll leave that one. I slipped a disc. I'm joking. How can you do that? It's silly.
Is that I've never...
What's he doing? Because I can't see.
Well, he was just
Go on, Sam.
trying to act out what the guy said cloud chasers do. This bending double and strange cloud face pulling while sucking on vapors.
But he hasn't got a dwarf.
Davey.
How far away is he?
Can you get there in 14 minutes, Davey?
Oh, I love this full circle we've just done. Great. Thank you.
If you put the magic ring on, you'll get there a lot quicker.
For the Shire, Davey. For the Shire.
Don't start
Do it
talking
for the
about
Shire.
magic rings. Jesus Christ. Whole new level there.
Oh, that just made it worse, man. That was horrible.
Yeah.
I would
really
think it
has
would
gone
be
full
easier
circle
for-
then, isn't it?
Yeah, it would be much, much easier for Davey as a dwarf to get to Andy's magic ring.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
Yeah, it's a lot, magic ring.
We went there.
We really did go there as
We
well.
went there.
Oh, come on, it's drips and
So
tips.
you may have gone there, I didn't. Alright? I've got
Yeah.
nowhere near
Yeah, say that now. You say that now. But, Davey, we've seen your titles.
Yeah,
We've
well,
seen your titles. There's more to it that meets the eye, we're sure of that.
We know he's staying at your house next week.
And we're showing hotel room.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Video it.
I'm driving you pair down to Vape Jam, aren't I?
Yeah.
Yeah, good
Oh,
luck.
but get the GoPro pointing at the back seat, Dave. You'll get thousands of hits on Spankwire.
I'm just wondering whether I should put something down on my leather seats first.
Ooh, leather.
But the leather, the wipe clean very easily. So I'm told.
Bring baby wipes.
I was thinking lard.
As soon as David's in the corner, it'll be like this. Oh, get off me leg!
Oh,
David, you said your personal vapor where no vapor should go before.
I found the magic ring.
Ah, yes!
Speaking of Vape Jam, which nobody was, but
really do.
Let's segue into that then, shall we?
yeah.
Yeah, why not? Go on, let's go for it.
Are you guys looking forward to this?
Hell yeah.
I can't wait to see, Dave. The way things are going, the way things are going with this, I have visions of Davey standing in the corner pretending he's a tripod.
Well, I'm not small, I'll just pretend I'm an evening.
I tried, people, I tried.
No, so I am looking forward.
But no, to answer your question honestly, Sav, yes. We're looking forward to it rather a lot, actually.
Yes.
I can't wait.
We have, we've put a lot of sort of work in behind the scenes, organising and what we're gonna be up to on the day. And but put it this way: if you can't get to Vape Jam, there's a darn good chance that you'll get good coverage on VTTV.
Oh yeah. We'll bring Vape Jam to you.
Well, I know, Andy, you've already got a couple of interviews lined up, haven't you?
Yeah, I've got 2 visiting vendors already lined up. One of which I've interviewed before in the past, actually, from our own YouTube. So it'd be nice to sort of see him again and bring it to the big screen, as it were. I'm working on a few others as well, but obviously we'll just give it the usual drips and tips standard of complete debauchery, as it seems tonight. So, if I ask you, have you seen drips and tips before? Yeah, I turned it off halfway through. You're talking about Willis. That's normal.
Have you seen me, Willie?
Yeah,
That is, look, there's one of me Willies.
I must say that these conversations are even more bizarre when you can't see what's actually going out. All I can see is a green screen and then the little icons.
Dave just got his black willy out.
Right, that's kind of the way I pictured it in my mind, actually. Yeah.
Yes.
In my mind's eye.
How big did you see it, Dave? Was
Quite
it very
small,
big?
actually. No, it wasn't.
Oh.
Sorry, mate.
You bugger, you sharp paid out who your friends are in this game, I'm telling you.
No shit, Sherlock.
Oh.
3 minutes to the hour, folks.
Thanks.
Is that right?
It is, and just what I would give you.
What we could do. Oh, sorry,
That's
Daz.
okay.
I was just going to suggest that if we need to sort of ad lib to the end, maybe we could do some short person and knob jokes. Because
Yeah, well, I haven't done any of them for you.
No, not at all.
they're always popular.
Yeah,
Sorry, Daz, I cut across you.
that's okay. Not a problem.
I just cannot wait for Vape Jam. I'm going to see whether Davy Malik will actually suck my willy.
I cannot wait for Vape Jam for the exact same reason.
And I am not going anymore.
I told you I'd sort it, Dave. I told you I'd sort it.
Davey, you've got to go. Everyone's going to be waving their willies at you.
Oh, well, when you put it like that. Yeah.
Now the question is, will it or won't he?
I was going to say,
Won't he? Oh, come on.
I was going to say, you're not going to get that offer in Wolverhampton, are you, Davey? And then I thought, no, actually, I've been to Wolverhampton.
Yeah. Anyway, on that bombshell, should we wrap it up?
Hang on, Davey, you've got your choice of willies you can suck, look. As many willies as you want.
He wants you to wrap it up, he said.
Yeah, you got to be careful. Come on.
It's already in the box, Davey, for God's sake.
I understand now. I understand. The short guy's going after harm reduction. Bubble gum flavour condoms are the end thing. I understand.
Dave, shut up. Andy, wrap it up, man.
I always do.
Oh, look at honestly, do these little people all get so bossy?
What I do? He's terrible. You should hear him on the phone calls that we have after the show.
I'm turning into you, Daz.
Really?
You turned into Bossy Daz, and now I'm turning into Bossy Midget.
Yeah, you are.
Right.
Oh, so you admit it now?
I heard it.
Bossy midget.
I was called a midget earlier.
Chat christened Jumina McNugget about 35 minutes ago. Like that.
Do you know the really clever thing? I can change the credits for next week.
Do it.
Can't wait. Brilliant. Right, Andy, wrap up the show now.
But just before you do, Davey, I'm really liking the lipstick tonight, son.
Right, Andy, just before you wrap it up, Dave, shut up. Andy, wrap it up.
Reggie's grabbing the stream by the balls right now as we speak on RY4 radio. Tomorrow is Random DJ. It's not Nicky's Juicy's Bits, it's probably Reggie's Juicy's Bits. Thursday is your last show, isn't it, Daz?
No, next week.
Is it next week? Or his penultimate show then? Friday is Tim with Lock-In, finally back again. I think he's got Kath on this week, actually. I shall be on as well, tripping everything up. And Saturday is, of course, the Saturday set. It's more likely going to be the new Jason fella. And Sunday it's me, wrapping it brings us back around to Monday, of course. Drips and tips here on Vapor Trails. Tomorrow night it is Motor Van Bust Night. I think that with Gary Dibley, with Vapor and MFD. Wednesday, of course, is the Cave with Matt Garish and Ridian Man. Hello, mate. Thursday. Wasn't it on Duffy?
Yes.
Stock Pocket Keith, the legend that is, and of course the man himself, the myth, the compulsive masturbator, David Dawn.
It's not compulsive, I just do it because I like it.
Of course, no shows Thursday, Friday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. However, there is, of course, Mr. Desvapor and Saturday Night Shenanigans at mrdesvapor.co.uk, 9 o'clock on a Saturday night. Ladies and gentlemen, I have been Andy, he's been me. Please give a warm thanks to our guests tonight.
Everybody just say goodnight, and I'm going to put on my cola-flavoured lipstick. Right.
Good night, and I'm going to put on my cola-flavoured lipstick.
Yes. Don't forget to take your stilts off, Davey, otherwise you'll fall down off that chair.
You will.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again. Remember to tune in for the rest of the week. Good night.
Yeah,
Good night.
Good night.
And no messing about during the titles.
As if would anybody mess about during the titles? Here they come. It's the credits. Mina McNugget style.
McNuggets were harmed during the production of this travel.
No dwarfs were slaughtered in the making of this film.
All ridiculous haircuts were compulsory.
What the hell happened to taking a piss out of Danny's beard anyway?
Everybody else looking at that bit, he looks like he's looking at my chest.
Oh, look, Peter's got a scoop.
And it's proud.
Piss off, McGee!
McNuggets!